pressure, Howard delivers downfield, and Smith, he's got it!
I know I already made a video, but that one was really just about my initial thoughts to Ohio State winning the national championship, and this one, I really want to break down how Ohio State was able to dominate Notre Dame to win the Natty. I really want to talk about the adversity that this team went through, and we really are entering the golden age of Ohio State football, because with the transfer portal and how this game is starting to turn into a business, I really do think it's nothing but up from here for this program, and hopefully you picked up why I said golden age. I thought it was definitely a funny and appropriate time to use that slogan, but the first thing I want to say is congrats to Notre Dame. They had one heck of a season. I love Leonard. It always sucks to lose, but they should be proud of what they accomplished. And for Ohio State, it was just amazing to see how they responded to adversity all season long. I mean, even Kirk Herbstreit was tearing up after the game. Before I get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so let's kind of break down some of the key plays from this game for the Buckeyes. So on the Buckeyes' first touchdown of the game to Jeremiah Smith, you got G. Scott lining up in single wing, and Christian Gray definitely spotted something. He was adamant he knew what was coming. You could see him pointing, but the rest of the Notre Dame defense was all out of sorts, and before you knew it, Smith was walking into the end zone, and having him run towards Howard first and then zigging out was the thing that allowed this play to develop the way it did. Next up here, Abuka and Tate were both lined up to the left out wide, and I love the concept because it's a pick without setting a pick. Abuka gets in the way to clear the crossing route for Tate, and then he also trails across the middle of the field himself after. So really both guys are wide open, but this was an easy throw for Howard, leading Tate right to where he was going for the 17-yard gain. And then let's look at how the offensive line develops this touchdown run for Judkins. This whole play was created from the block to seal the edge by number 85 Bennett Christian, and throughout these playoffs, he really has laid down some key blocks. And then Judkins did the rest, breaking the initial tackle and bulldozing his way through 3 defenders into the end zone. I'm not sure if this is an accurate comparison or not, you guys let me know, but he sort of reminds me a lot of Kareem Hunt with his running style. And then on that 70-yard Judkins run coming out of the locker room, it is just so fun to watch this play develop in slow motion. It's a counter concept, number 77 pancakes his man, and Judkins didn't waste any time seeing the hole to the right develop, and he just bursted right through the line of scrimmage. He made the one man that could make a play miss, and he nearly took it all the way, but just ran out of gas at the end. And then going all the way to the end, the play that sealed the deal, I gotta admit, this was gutsy. Certainly not the play call I would have made in this situation, but I felt like Ryan Day almost went conservative and did not manage the clock correctly to set up this play. He showed balls of steel, and when the entire defense thought run, the Buckeyes let it fly and let their best player in number 4 Jeremiah Smith make a play, and that's exactly what he did. And then Fielding drilled the game-sealing field goal, and the Buckeyes took home the Natty. Immediately after the game, you could just see the pure joy on Ryan Day's face. It looked like everything really sunk in, and the moment was super surreal, because he and this team went through so much adversity this year. His job was on the line throughout these playoffs, but he saved himself, and now all of a sudden, we are thinking legacy when we look at Ryan Day at Ohio State, because it really is only up from here. Better recruits are going to want to come in, and there already are great commits coming up in the future. Jeremiah Smith still has 2 years to go, and he already said he wants to win 2 more. We really are entering the golden era of Ohio State football. I do hope they can beat Michigan next year, but even then, like I said, this league is starting to become a business, and I see a lot of natties in the future for this team. What a season it was. It almost felt like 3 or 4 seasons in one with the amount of different things that happened. It was an emotional roller coaster. 4 weeks ago, everyone wanted Ryan Day fired, including myself. Michigan fans were flying banners in Columbus, literally promoting them to keep him around as a joke. And now the Buckeyes are champions, and he is on top of the college football world. But honestly, as crazy as it may sound, and I know it's not 100% true, because you never want to lose to the team up north, but I do think losing to Michigan might have been the best thing that could have happened to this team in terms of them winning it all, because it made Ryan Day and Chip Kelly wake up, and it made them make that one change that led to this team dominating in the playoffs for all 4 rounds. All regular season long, it just felt like this team was not unleashing their full potential. They played very reserved, and for some reason they were focused on playing smash mouth football and winning in the trenches. And it's not that that is a bad thing, but when you have a $20+ million roster like they had, and the size and speed they had at the skill positions, it did not make any sense why they were not getting their stars the ball. And once they tried to match Michigan style and lost, I think it really opened up Ryan Day and Chip Kelly's minds to how this team had to operate to win. From the moment this postseason started, this group genuinely looked like an entirely different squad. Right out of the gate against Tennessee, they opened things up with a deep ball to Jeremiah Smith, who made a ridiculous grab for a touchdown. They passed first to set up the ground game, and even a casual fan could see what this team needed all along. It took Ryan Day quite a while to figure it out, but thankfully he did just in time. And once the superstars got involved, Will Howard's confidence went through the roof. There were stretches where it felt like every pass he threw was bound to be completed. That approach also fueled Henderson and Judkins in the backfield. The Buckeyes were consistently wearing down opposing secondaries, keeping them off balance, and once they notched a few touchdown passes, it opened the door for those backs to seal the deal. The simplest way to describe this strategy was unpredictability. No defense could plan for all these weapons because Ohio State just had too many. And by striking early through the air, the Buckeyes made life way easier for their defense as well, particularly the D-line, because it created a sense of desperation on the other sideline. Those teams would force throws, the offensive line would tire out, and then Sawyer was able to get some massive plays as we saw in that Texas game. This new mindset really opened up everything, and it was awesome to watch. It was just excellent football all around. Plus, this championship couldn't have been won by a better team. Most of these players are genuinely good people, they're very faith driven, before the season they were doing all those baptisms, they're humble, and they're not selfish at all. Here's what some of the guys on this team had to say in their post-game interviews following this championship win.
Yeah, I just can't say enough about our guys and what they've overcome to get to this point, and they now have something to show for it. And I thought Notre Dame had a great season, and I think Marcus does a great job, and they have a very, very good team and had a really good game plan. That first drive went right down the field, and I thought we responded in a big way, never flinched. And I think, again, if you think about the run we've gone on here in the playoffs, a big part of the way we've responded coming off the end of the season, but then even, the way the Texas game went and the way we responded early in that first quarter, and then even in the second half, just continuing fighting the momentum because, Notre Dame was fighting to get it back. And we just kept swinging and got a huge stop there on fourth down on defense, got the missed field goal, kept swinging, kept playing. And I give this guy a lot of credit right here, Will Howard.
The expectations were really high, but I think the biggest thing that came down to this season was just the every day, just stacking each day one on top of the other. I think you guys heard about the foundation and how we're building bricks every single practice. I think that was probably one of the biggest things that really brought together this team to get to this level because, you go through camp, you go through the season, and each day it kind of molds together. But you can look back and you see the foundation you've been building. And I mean, we knew that the end goal was to win this game, and we knew that our foundation was meant to survive for this game.
So yeah, man, this was a great game. It was a great season. I can't believe that Ohio State actually won it all, and the future is so bright. There are countless players worth praising for bringing home this trophy. Emeka Egbuka was clutch all season. He became Mr. Reliable and even topped some major Ohio State records. Carnell Tate rose to the occasion in key moments. Judkins kept improving as the season went on. Henderson has had a stellar Buckeye career. Jack Sawyer is now firmly on the NFL's radar. He's an absolute force. Caleb Downs showed why he's one of the nation's top defenders, and this offensive line unit that took a lot of heat all season ended up making some huge strides. I honestly don't have much more to say. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.